Howdy there. A couple days ago, I saw Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I thought it was pretty good. I had a really good time in the theater. I'm going to give it an 8, solid 8. It's about apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, orangutans, the great apes, basically being experimented on and increasing their intelligence, and they no longer want to be subjective, and they strike out on their own, and that's in a nutshell kind of what it's about. Stars James Franco, Frida Pinto, who else is in there? Andy Serkis is Caesar, the head chimpanzee, I guess the one born with the gene, or born with the abnormality that made them smart. And it's a mostly silent role. I don't even know if he got, I don't want to spoil anything, I don't know if he got the lines that Caesar gets. But he is responsible for the performance of Caesar, motion capture suit, as all of the apes are. All of the apes that have a more than few seconds of screen time are portrayed by humans in CGI motion capture suits. So it's really mixes good storytelling with very advanced techniques of filmmaking. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, are there any other actors I'm not remembering? John Lithgow. John Lithgow's in there. Always a big fan of John Lithgow. Always good to see him. So yeah, all of the acting is good. The reason I love this movie is that it's a kind of a pitch-perfect throwback to the 1950s horror movies, which I'm a big fan of. I kind of feel that I was raised on monster movies. When I was a kid, I was obsessed with monster movies. Godzilla was the beginning and end of my world for a period of time before I was 10. I love the old black and white monster movies. Anything, if it had a big animal in it, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. And this is basically a throwback to that time, and it has that feeling. What comes with that is you have some very cheesy, hammy acting. And like I was watching James Franco sometimes, and sometimes the acting is bad, but I think they kind of knew that, and I think Franco knew that as well, and it fits perfectly with the film. So you're not going to see James Franco at his best here. And Frida Pinto just kind of, she doesn't have much to do. That's another thing that's something I have with the film is, other than the apes, the characters who do not have any lines, the other human characters are not too fully written. They basically just serve a purpose. There's James Franco's boss, a black dude. All he pretty much does, I'm not sure of his name, is just be angry and driven by money, and he only has a couple notes to hit, and he just powers through. He's essentially kind of the bad guy. But Frida Pinto really, again, doesn't have much to do. Just kind of looks wistful. Really, she just has to look beautiful. And that's easy for her to do because Freida Pinto is easily one of the world's most beautiful women. So anytime you get to see Freida Pinto on a enormous screen, bright and beautiful, I mean, you can't be having a bad time, you know. She's absolutely beautiful. And she's a good actress. I mean, she was excellent in Slumdog Millionaire. She doesn't have much to do here. Again, she just kind of has to be sad and look worried and doesn't have to do too much. But she works with what she's got, and she's incredibly gorgeous. So that is good. James Franco, though, I mean, has a lot to do. He has the most fleshed out character. Oh, Brian Cox is in it, too. And Brian Cox, again, I have a feeling that they will sequelize this now, and probably even thought of that while making it. And maybe he will have a bigger part in the second one, but I thought that having a name and talent like Brian Cox kind of not shine is a shame. Franco, though, I mean, has a lot to do, but sometimes, you know, it's again cheesy, you know, cheesy. But if you look back at the, you know, past of monster movies, science fiction monster movies, you're going to find some cheesy acting throughout. Even the original Planet of the Apes has plenty of cheesy acting. So I think it honors that tradition, and I think therefore is forgivable, and in fact should be praised. The special effects are awesome. What's so good here is the writing. Like, you know, they didn't waste too much time fleshing out the human characters because, again, the movie is about these apes rising. So they spent a lot of time on character development in the apes. And they do that solely through body movement and facial expression, which I'm sure is mostly computer generated. So there's you know, a furtherment of special effects here and of cartoons, I guess you could say, expressive cartoons. The stuff, I mean, again, watching the apes like realize and start to think and plot is really quite something. And in doing so in just movement, I think, one, we go back to the very foundations of filmmaking in silent film. I think this film honors many traditions. It absorbs many genres. I mean, it's an action flick. I mean, the last half hour, 45 minutes, is just action, pretty much. There's like an asylum movie type of feel. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, prison movie type of feel. Then there's just the pure science fiction, mumbo jumbo, you know, what have we done type of feel. So it blends all these genres quite nicely, all while honoring traditions that, I mean, you know, the essence of film. So I think it's really smart, well made, very good. It's easily probably my favorite summer movie. I was thinking it might be a toss-up, a 50-50 shot with Thor, because I really enjoyed Thor. I think those are pretty much the two 8s I've given this summer to the blockbusters. And I think I like it a little bit more than Thor. You know, it's got a lot there. I want to see this again. I saw Thor twice, and I definitely want to see this again. All the action is great. The special effects are amazing. All the apes like look real, and again, the fact that there are actually humans there doing their motions that would later be covered up by cartoons, I guess kind of like Rango, is really quite spectacular. So, what else can I say about it? It looked really good. I thought the music was good. Really just a good movie. A good movie. I can't think of any other big points I wanted to make about it. So I guess I'll just wrap up. So that's Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and it's a solid 8. I can't wait to see it again. Perhaps my opinion will change one way or the other. But I really, really enjoyed it. Thought that it honored traditions of film while furthering them, all while blending genres of, blending genres. So I think it's overall damn fine entertainment. So that's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. It's a solid 8. Thanks.